Hello everyone, myself Jalaj Nagpal and I welcome you all to EduTap. So in this particular session, my friend, we are going to solve all the different previous year questions which relates to your management section, and today we are targeting 2021 paper, and in this particular paper of SEBI Grade A, we will be solving all the different questions of management which appeared in the phase 1 paper 2 of SEBI Grade A examination. Before moving ahead, I hope you all are preparing and I hope you all are preparing well and you are not waiting for the notification, because notifications will come. But the one thing which you should right now is your preparation. Keep them on track. Keep polishing your different concepts, keep revising, and the most important thing is keep practicing different questions. Now one more thing which before I move ahead, this particular session is also very important for those people who are preparing for RBI grade B and those also who are preparing for IFSC grade A exam, because management is the section which is very much common to these two particular exams as well. You will see management in RBI grade B phase 2 as well, and you will see management as a part of IFSC grade A phase 1 paper 2 as well. So this particular session is also important for you. If question has appeared in SEBI grade A examination, then there are very high chances that question can appear in RBI grade B phase 2 and IFSC grade A phase 1 as well. So let's start this particular session now, or I should say before moving ahead, I have this one particular gift for you. This is a guidebook which we have released for you. You can download it and you can save your precious time, because this particular guidebook contains all the different I would say uh, knowledge points which are required to clear SEBI grade examination. You will also find the salary structure, so on and so forth. So each and everything has been provided in this particular guidebook. A to Z knowledge regarding SEBI grade A is provided in this guidebook. This guidebook is completely free for you. You can download this particular guidebook from the description box below. So now let's start this session. Now let's move to the core part of the session. Question number 1. This question, first I will read it for you. What kind of role the manager is performing when he is representing the company in all the industry meetings and manager fulfills all the social, ceremonial and regal responsibilities, and the subordinate looks to the manager as a source of inspiration. Now this particular question has appeared in 2021 phase 1 of SEBI grade examination. Okay, now what is your responsibility over here? You will have to pause this particular video, read the question one more time, and then try to mark your answer. If you are able to mark it correctly, then kudos to your knowledge. If not, then revision is required. So coming back to the question, this particular question has been asked from the role of manager, which is a part of journal management chapter. Moreover, if you see, this particular role of manager has been asked from a very popular theory which was given by Henry Mitzberg. So Henry Mitzberg has given a total of 10 roles. What will be the answer of this particular question now? Out of those particular 10 roles, what will be the answer of this particular question? If you have marked your answer as figurehead, then your answer is correct, because what I am seeing in the question is that the uh, manager is a source of motivation to all the other employees, plus he is also fulfilling all the different responsibilities, so he is like a figurehead. Okay, the correct answer here will be D only, as I have told you. So why the answer was figurehead and why the answer was not spokesperson, now let's discuss it. According to Henry Mitzberg, okay, I'm not writing the full name, you can Google it. Henry Mitzberg was one of the most important professors when it comes to the management. He has given some 10 important roles of manager. Now each and every manager in his own life, he will play this particular role one more time or more than one more time. Okay. So what are different roles which have been prescribed by Henry Mitzberg? So if you see, there are three categories. This is first category, this is second category, and this is your third category. Okay, so there are three categories which has been prescribed. The first category is interpersonal roles. Under interpersonal role, manager tries to motivate the particular set of subordinates. He will try to, I would say, expand his duty roles. So it's like a big role under interpersonal role, and he will try to manages all the different relations as well. So under interpersonal role, you will see first is figurehead. Under figurehead, it's like the head of the organization, as simple as that. So head is one of the most important part of the organization. Okay, if I compare head of the organization to your head, that is head of your body, then you will see that this particular part of your body is playing the majority of role, like majority of role as in like he is representing you. The same thing happens in the organization as well. If a manager is playing a figurehead role, then he is representing the organization in various meetings. He is going in n numbers of places and he is representing the organization. So that is all figurehead is all about, and all the different employees will look to manager for motivation as well. Second in the list is leader. Leader is the one who guides a particular group of people towards the goal. So for example, if a CEO of the company has given a target of achieving 10% year on year growth rate to a particular manager, this particular target has been given to a purchase department manager, then that particular manager of purchase department will try to take all the different subordinates of purchase department towards that one particular goal. So that is what leader is all about. Licensing. See, under licensing, the keyword will be third party contract. For example, today, if I am a manager of purchase department, I am unable to find the raw material. My subordinates are unable to find the raw material which is required for production. So, as a manager, I will use my third party contract. I will use my connections in the market to procure raw material. So, that particular role is known as licensing. Licensing means connecting the organization to the rest of the world. Okay. Second role, which was, or the second category of role which was given by Henry Mitzberg, was informational roles. Under informational roles, managers try to provide the information in different ways. Okay, so the very first role over here is monitor. Under monitor, manager will see. It's like a supervision type of work. Manager will see different employees at what they are doing, how they are doing, what is the data which I am collecting, so on and so forth. Disseminator. Under this particular group or this particular function, if information is received to a manager, then manager will try to, I would say, spread that particular information to his subordinates. For example, if I have told you that the top brass of the company has told the manager that we need to increase the production, so the production manager will now try to spread the targets to the subordinates. Spokesperson is like when the manager is sitting in front of media, or I should say press releases, and then manager is representing the company. Here, my dear friends, under spokesperson, manager is being the voice of the company, as simple as that. If something company wants to convey to the outside world, and is company is looking for an apt person, then manager will say, yes, I will represent the views of the company. So here you have to understand that how different keywords are coming into place. Then comes the decisional roles. Under this particular role, manager will try to make certain decisions, as simple as that. Under decisional role, the very first role is entrepreneur. Under entrepreneur, manager will try to take the risk, and start something new, as simple as that. For example, if purchase manager is trying to invent a new technology, then he will assume all the different risks which are there in that particular technology, and he will implement the technology, and in future if there are rewards, then manager will definitely bear it, and it can happen in vice versa way as well. Second is disturbance handler. If there is any, let's take an example wherein different employees are fighting among themselves because of salary hike or something else. So manager will try to solve that particular problem, as simple as that. Resource allocator means what? That manager, if for example, if some resources come to manager, for example, if I give a salary of all the different employees to a manager, then manager will decide which part of the salary has to be given to a specific employee, as simple as that. Negotiator is a, for example, if in negotiator the manager tries to settle the dust, as simple as that. Okay, so if two employees are fighting, then manager will come into the picture and he will try to negotiate with the two different employees that stop your fighting and focus on work. Okay, so these are certain very important types of different managerial roles. They are very important. Okay, there can be a short question in your IFSC grade A exam as well. If you still have any doubt regarding any different types of role, then do comment in the comment box. I will explain it, but seeing the size of the video which I have to keep, I am just giving you a basic information. Question number 2 now. What is considered as a life spark of the management, and it includes motivating, guiding to etc. to employees? So this particular question again appeared in SEBI Grade A Phase 1 2021 Paper 2 exam. The answer over here, what is your answer? Do let me know. It's directing. Directing is that particular function of management in which the life spark comes. It's like the heartbeat of organization. As simple as that. You can also say is that directing is the heart of management. Why? Because at this particular function, all the different planning, all the different operations come into life. As simple as that. Now, what is controlling? Chalo, I will explain it in the next slide. As we all know, there are 5 functions of management. These 5 functions start with planning. Under planning, we set the goals, we set the standards. Focus on this particular word, standards. We set the standards which we have to achieve. As simple as that. In organizing, I will try to mobilize all the resources. Like I will make my purchase department, I will make my sales department, so on and so forth. Then comes the staffing. Staffing is what? Putting people to the job. As simple as that. I will do recruitment, I will do selection, so on and so forth. But under directing, my friends, I will start the operations. I will be like, I am starting the operation today. It's like Shri Ganesh Karna. Then comes the controlling. Controlling is a phase wherein you will compare your actual performance to the standards. So basically, I am comparing my actual performance to the standards which I have set over here. So controlling is that particular phase. Now, my dear friends, I have this one particular question for you, and if you are able to answer this question, then your management level of management knowledge is good. Name that particular function which binds, okay, or I should say which binds all the different functions of management, okay, so that planning, organizing, staffing and controlling happens simultaneously. Can you name that particular function? I am waiting for your answers in the comment box. Question number 3: which of the following is a psychological barrier? Now you can have your own pronunciation for psychological, but for me it's like psychological barriers. Which of the following is a psychological barrier taken from your chapter communication? Again, a very important chapter. I'm sorry for my bad handwriting, but this is how it goes. Which of the following is a psychological barrier? Come on, if your answer is highly attentive, highly retention, believe me, I am solving with you only, so I have to see the question now. If your answer is option C, then your answers are correct, because none other option which is given in the list represents a psychological barrier. See, when it comes, yes, the right answer is option C only. When it comes to the different types of barriers of communication, there are 4 different categories. The first is semantic barriers. Semantic barriers are those barriers which deals with the science of the language. For example, I am unable to understand this particular jargon. Then I am dealing with the semantic barriers. Psychological barriers are those barriers which relates to your mind, like you are not focusing too much, you are just being too lazy, and so on and so forth. One such psychological barrier is premature evaluation. You will try to decode that particular message in a very hasty manner. As simple as that. Organizational barriers are those barriers which relates to the organization structure. For example, if an organization is very bureaucratic in nature, then it's an organizational barrier. Personal barriers are those barriers which are related to the personal attributes of superior and subordinate. As simple as that. Okay. Now let's move to question number 4. What is the difference between motivation and morale? This is my favorite question. Why? Because SEBI, this is the favorite question of SEBI as well. So what SEBI like is what I like. Simple. This particular question can appear in RBI as well, because morale versus motivation is a big debate. Now, before I come to this particular question, I hope you know the differences between morale and motivation. Today I can say that my team has a very high morale. I hope you are able to understand what I am saying. My team has a very high morale. I cannot say that my team has a very high motivation. Why? Because morale is used for a group of person. Motivation is used for an individual person. I can say that yes, today, for example, my name is Jalaj. So today Jalaj's motivation is high. I cannot say that Jalaj's morale is high. Because why? Because morale is used for the group purpose and motivation is used for an individual purpose. So on that particular basis, if you see, motivation motivates where morale inspires, or motivation inspires where morale. So these two statements are completely fake and bogus, because even morale can motivate you. Okay, morale can motivate you and motivation can inspire as well. So these two statements doesn't make any sense. Motivation is a group concept, whereas morale is an individual concept. This particular statement is false and this particular statement is right. So what is the difference? So your answers will be option D. Okay, because option D was correct. These two statements was not making any sense itself. So here is one pictorial representation for you. Today I am motivated. Why? Because this is an individual person. Today our morale is high because there are group of person. This person individually can say that my motivation is high. Okay. So I hope that particular difference between motivation and morale is clear to you. Also one difference. One difference. Okay. Motivation is the primary concern. Primary means that every organization will first try to fulfill this particular domain. Morale is secondary concern. Secondary here means what? That first motivation will be there and then morale will be there. As simple as that. Okay. Question number 5. Which of the following is true regarding oral communication? Oral communication is that particular, again from communication chapter, it's a type of a communication technique wherein you communicate via words. Like the same thing which is happening between us. You are listening to my words, and this is what oral communication is. Once I use the any set of language, for example, I'm writing over hello. Okay, hello. So this is my written communication because I am writing something. As simple as that. So which of the following is true? So you will have to identify the correct statement. It act as a legal proof? No. Oral communication, for example, if you want to sue me tomorrow because I am teaching you in a very good manner, so for that you cannot have that particular proof, legal validity is missing. It is not suitable for addressing people, it is suitable. So this statement itself is false. Why? Because it is suitable. I can address a very large audience via oral communication. Oral communication is more reliable than written communication. Again, it's a false. Written communication is more reliable. Why? Because each and everything will go into written phase and you will have that particular document for a long period of time. Statement D. Oral communication is a kind of informal communication. Yes. What is formal and informal? I hope you know it. Formal communication is that particular communication which goes via the organizational hierarchy. Informal communication is that particular communication which will go into n number of ways. So oral communication is a kind of an informal communication. This statement is true, and that's why our answer of this particular question was D. Okay. Question number 6. If a manager informs, now again roles of manager. Roles of manager is one of the most favorite topic of SEBI Grade A exam, and you can expect a one question surely on roles of manager in your IF, IFSC exam as well. If a manager informs employees of policies and related stuff, like inform employees of policies and related stuff, then the answer of this particular question should be, let me see, disseminator. Why? Because I am informing. Under leader, I will lead that particular group to a particular goal. License, and I have told you that you will have to look for some third party contact, or you will have to look for some connection words. Resource allocator is somewhere where, for example, if today manager receives 10 mangoes, okay, and then manager will distribute all these different mangoes. So very basic example of what resource allocator is all about. Spokesperson, I have told you that there has to be a meeting word, or there has to be somewhere wherein manager is becoming the voice of the company. As simple as that. So the answer, I hope, here is option D only. We have discussed this particular image. Now again I am requesting you, if you have doubt, please post it in the comment box. I will reply it. Question number 7. The role played by HR manager in the career planning, training and development of a worker is. Now this particular question, let's prima facie it looks like it is not from Henry Mitzberg question, because the options here are not that much correlated to that particular concept. So you will have to mark this particular question in a very broad minded manner. The role played by a HR manager in career planning, training and development of a worker is of strategist, no. Welfare, no. Counselor, can be. Spokesperson, no. Developmental. So I will first eliminate these three options because these are like directly eliminated. Now I will again read the question because even I am unsure what the answer is. So let's see. The role played by the HR manager in career planning, training and development. Okay. So yes, this should be developmental. Let me see first. Yes, the answer is E. Nice. See, what is strategist? Strategist is something that I will make some plans. For example, today my sales is 8%, but my competitor is selling 10%. Then I will make a strategy so that I can overcome my competitor. That is strategist. What is welfare? Welfare is like a manager will look to the I should say development of employee in some person ways, like giving him good job, giving him basic food, so on and so forth. Counselor, I will definitely guide the manager towards the higher training part, or you can also say I will provide the skills to the manager, skills to the subordinate. Spokesperson, no sense because it has to be the voice of that particular organization. Developmental, yes, it suits well because there is planning, training, and developmental. That's for that particular reason only I choose developmental, and it is more of a like a wide basis. Like I will choose that particular option which will include planning, training, and developmental. Okay. So for those basis, my answer was developmental. Now you can read this particular text in the PDF which will be provided to you on Telegram channel. This is the last question of this particular session. In management, there were 8 questions. Okay, so that's why we have 8 questions only. Do let me know your score in the comment box. How many of you are able to score more than 7? Because these are very basic in nature. If you know the role of Henry Mitzberg, if you know the journal development manager roles, then this particular set of questions were not a headache. Okay, which of the following are the qualities of an effective leader? Effective leader. Is he task oriented? Task oriented and concern for team make employees feel needed. Obviously, this will be your answer. Yes, because if I see option C, relationship oriented but not task oriented, this is also wrong. Self centered doesn't make any sense because it is an effective leader. Effective leader is that particular person who will fall on the I should say, if you have studied managerial grid, he will fall on team manager side. That is 9 by 9 on both the aspects. Okay. So I hope you are able to understand. If you have not studied managerial grid given by Blake and Mountain, then you will not be able to understand what I am saying. But effective leader is that particular person who will be able to solve all the different tasks. Plus, he will also have some concern for the team. Okay. So this is for your homework. Do read it about and do let me know the answer of that particular question which I have given you in the comment box, that which particular function of management binds all the different other functions of management. So this is the end of this particular session, my friend. Do let me know your score. If you have scored 7 out of 8 or 8 out of 8, then it's good. You should prepare your preparation. You should prepare in the same manner which you are doing. Notifications will come. But if your score is somewhere less, it's very less than 6 or 5, then time is now to buck up, because even if you clear phase 1, in phase 2 you will not be able to score good. So notifications will come, I can assure you on that, but please make your preparation, please take your preparations rather on a very high scale now. Chalo, we meet you in the next lesson now. It will be on somewhere on Friday. On Friday lecture we will discuss different management questions of phase 2 level which appeared in 2021 exam. Okay, so meet you in that particular lecture, and do let me know your answer in comment box. Bye bye and take care.